let's say there are two young ladies here. One has made her hair, she has fixed her lashes, she's looking so beautiful, and the other person is just on all back. And everybody just complimented the girl that's made her hair, fixed her lashes, with her makeup, and we're like, oh my god, you look so beautiful. And girl all back will be said, if you having a little bit of flesh, makes you really good, makes you feel really, really good. And you see it begins to affect their self-image, even how you begin to speak to yourself. I don't know, the voice, your mind begins to tell you, oh, you're not smart enough, you're not as smart as this your other siblings, blah 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 blah.
Hi
And
guys, welcome to the first episode of Becoming Toxic Bukola. This is a space where we talk about life, growth, and becoming. And in today's episode, we're talking about self-image. Okay, so I'm here with Jiya, Favour, and we'll be talking about self-image. I'll be asking her some questions, and I'd like to hear her view on some things. So, hi, Favour. Welcome to Becoming Toxic Bukola.
Thank you.
So, for my first question, I'll be asking, what does self-image mean to you?
Self-image. So, for me, self-image is more like how you see yourself and also how people see you, how you are being portrayed as a person, how you coordinate yourself as a person, maybe your values, and when people see you, what do they see and what's the interpretation of you?
Do you think there are certain things that shape people's self-image?
Yes, I believe that there are things that actually shape a person's image. Maybe from growing up, there's a way you look up to someone. It can be a parent, and you see how, oh, this person carries themselves, and unconsciously that reflects to you as a child on how you see yourself. Also, words that are being spoken to a person. If a child grows up or an individual, and your words, maybe the environment you grow in, the friends you're with, the community you live in, the words that are being spoken to you as a person can shape how you see yourself. So I believe, yes.
Have there been situations when you found yourself that has shaped how you see yourself? Yes.
Situations
can share.
Situations that shaped how I see myself. Okay, let me see. Okay, there are times where, I'll speak generally before I speak personally.
Okay.
There are times where, as a person, you, just like I said, the environment you grow in, how you see yourself, growing up, how you see yourself. Like, okay, I'll give a very personal example. Growing up, it's not like I did not feel beautiful, but I never considered myself seeing others. Whenever I looked at others, I felt like others' beauty was the definition of beauty. I wasn't the definition of beauty until I grew up. Maybe listening to people made me understand that, okay, Favour, the way you see yourself, you need to change the way you see yourself. Change how you carry yourself. Change how you see yourself generally, because how you see yourself as a person reflects how other people see you. Someone usually used to say something that if you see yourself as, how will I put it? This is in terms of not values now, in terms of physical appearance. If you see yourself as, fat and chubby, other people will see you as that. But if you see yourself as curvy and you begin to carry yourself that way, other people will see you that way. So, yeah.
So you said something about seeing yourself differently at a certain point. Was there a specific thing that happened that just made you think, oh, Favour, I have to view myself differently? Was there an event that happened?
Do you mean how I concerning what I said previously?
Yes.
What
Where
made me
did
see
it start
myself?
from? Yes.
Okay. For me, I would say it's not like anybody told me, oh, Favour, you're not beautiful. No.
Mhm.
It's just that, there's a way as a person you can think that, oh, especially if, let's say, people around you, let's say, for example, there are 2 children here, so beautiful children here, and maybe one of them is very cute, and you're like, oh my god, this baby is so cute, you're so cute. The other child, now nobody told the other child you are not cute, but there's a way you start feeling like, you'll be like, oh, does that mean I'm not cute? You start asking yourself questions like, oh, does that mean I'm not cute enough for me to draw the attention from persons? So those little things can make you feel as an individual that, oh, maybe because they're giving one other person compliment concerning, like, let me give, for example, let's say there are 2 young ladies here. One has made her hair, she has fixed her lashes, she's looking so beautiful, and the other person is just on all back, and everybody just complimented the girl that's made her hair, fixed her lashes, with her makeup, and you're like, oh my god, you look so beautiful. And the girl all back will be feeling so intimidated and feel like, oh, does that mean, oh, it's just me that just the shabby one, I'm not looking good enough?
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much. So do you have anything to say about the environment that someone comes from and how it influences their self-image?
Yes. Environment plays a very huge role with that. How you grow up as a person, how you see yourself. There are some people that are growing up, maybe their parents, sorry that I'm using physical now, because I'm using something quite relatable for a lot of persons. There are some people that maybe growing up, they were really body shamed as children. Maybe among siblings, you see that one is very, very slim and the other one has a little bit of body, and will be the normal Nigerian will be like, lepa, see the slim person, eating this, that, and that can affect the self-image of a child or how the person views themselves. They'll feel like, oh, I'm not as beautiful because I don't have body, I don't have, especially in Nigerian homes, where if you having a little bit of flesh makes you really good, makes you feel really, really good. And you see it begins to affect their self-image, even how they dress, how they address people. You see that some of them, it can even affect their confidence as a person. So things like that can change how people view themselves. Even the same thing with academic performance. For example, maybe there's a sibling that does very well in school, always carries first, and the other sibling, maybe the other sibling carries like 5th or 6th position in the class. And because the attention and the praises is going to that child that always gets first in class. Second, the other sibling will feel like, oh, I'm not smart enough. They feel like, oh, there's even though nobody will tell you indirectly, there's a way you feel, and you begin to speak to yourself. I don't know, your voice, your mind begins to tell you, oh, you're not smart enough. Yeah, you're not as smart as this your other sibling, blah 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 blah, and it begins to affect your confidence. Maybe even how the person speaks, because the person feels like they're not smart enough. They feel like there's some places or some conversations they should not be in. They feel like they are not worth being in that space, or they feel like they are not worth being in a leadership position. Maybe they feel like, oh, this sibling, because this sibling is smart, this sibling is best to be in this situation.
I want to paint a scenario. Let's say you know someone, a young child, and she's currently in secondary school. And normally, from the home she's coming from, let's say her parents affirm her very well, and she's doing well, and she doesn't really know the world like that. It's just home, school, and church. But then she changed her school, and then she met new people. When she met new people, she starts hearing things that she has never heard before. Like, weird things, like she's hearing, oh, you're not this, you don't have this, and all of this. For that kind of person, how would you advise the person to like come out from their shell and see themselves differently? Because there might be things that they might not have known before, but then they start getting opinions that it's just different to them, and they start viewing themselves differently from what they might have known all their lives. So if you have an encounter with that person, how would you advise them? What would you say to that person?
So let me understand your question.
Okay.
There's a young girl in secondary school
Yes.
who changes her environment, like changes her secondary
Yes.
school environment, and she encounters these new kids that are telling her, you mean bad advice, right?
Yes.
Okay, for you to be this, you have to be that, and everything. So one of the things, if you ask me personally, I would say, first, a young person of that age, depending, maybe the person might be in junior secondary school, the parents should have instilled a level of value. But yet, there are times where someone like that might not know how to stand their ground, your values. So that's where your parents or your guardian comes in. For me, if you ask me, I'll say, if you're close to your parents, or maybe an elder one, or an auntie you look up to that is around you, and you can go and meet the person and say, okay, this is the issues I'm facing in school. My friends tell me this, and I believe and I feel like this is not right. And I believe for you to be able to go and meet that person that you look up to, the person is supposed to give you a solid advice. And apart from that, one of the things I believe in, there's one thing I believe in. I believe in having the right friends. Everybody in the school and the class cannot be bad. I feel so. Everybody in the school and the class cannot be bad. So if you can notice people that you feel that, oh, they are different, they don't do things the way these people do things, and you can become friends with them, because let's be honest, these guardians or parents that you meet for advice will not be in the school with you. They usually say that children spend more time in school than at home, especially those that go to boarding house. Maybe you're done with primary school, you go to the Nigerian boarding house school system, and immediately you get to the university, and maybe the university is far away from home. So if you have to calculate those time, you spend more time with your friends than even your parents. So I believe the little values your parents should have instilled in you should make you to, okay, look out for friends that you feel like, okay, these ones are really different from others. Do they share your values? Become friends with them, and it would help you way off. Because let's be honest, if you have a friend that feels like, most people that have gone into drugs or alcohol, all this alcohol drinking and all of that, drugs addiction and everything, most of them, I don't know this official statistic, but most of them, it's as a result of peer pressure. The people they found around them. If the people around them were not taking drugs or were not drinking alcohol, there's a lesser chance of them being an alcohol addict, or a drug addict, because the people you put around you play a vital role. Also shape how to do as a person. So one of the things I advise friends, have the right food. There are many people that their points, very strategic points in their life where friends played a vital role, whether bad or good. But there are some people that will tell you, oh, they can never forget this thing that happened in their life, like a bad thing, and maybe it's as a result of a friend. Or they'll tell you they can never forget this good thing that happened to them as a result of a friend. So one of the things I'll advise that young girl, okay, tell your parents these are the things, or your guardian, whoever that is responsible for you, these are the things you're facing. And also try and look out for kids or your fellow mates that are different from those ones. And no matter how they are bad people, yes, I know how secondary school can be. To be honest, I don't think every single person, I doubt, that's what I believe, I don't think every single person in the whole school or in the whole class would give bad advice to you.
But then, from a point of view that the person doesn't miss you. Let's say someone is watching this video and then the person doesn't have access to you, and it's not everybody that has that courage and confidence to speak to people. Like, oh, I'm going through this, or I'm going through something, like, what do you advise me to do? And some people, they just sit down and figure out life on their own. So how will you tell somebody that is struggling with a poor self-image? Because let's say now you're an auntie to someone, and then you're just observing from the background, like you just realize that, oh, this girl who used to be very jolly and very outspoken just became quiet and reserved for no reason. So that's like where I'm coming from.
Okay, so how would I
you do, not even say.
Okay, what will I do to
Yes.
boost up that child's confidence?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. If let's say I see a child eventually feeling lonely, for me those children are always obvious because you see other children the way they are and just see them secluded. One of the things I would say is, first, I would just try and bring up a conversation just to, get the child interested in what I'm saying, and I'll just ask the child questions. And one of the things that I would, if let's say eventually the child opens up and say, oh, I always feel low self-confidence, I don't feel I'm this, I don't feel I'm that. One of the things I would tell the child to do, one, affirmations. I feel affirmations are underrated. Tell yourself every day, I'm beautiful. Tell yourself, I'm smart every day. If you feel like, oh, you are not, let me give a scenario for, let's say, a child that feels like they're not smart enough. Tell yourself, oh, I'm smart, I'm this, I'm that. Speak to yourself, and don't just speak to yourself. Make conscious effort to, okay, what scenario will I give me? Make conscious effort to make yourself feel that way. Why do I say to make yourself feel that way? For example, if you feel like, oh, you don't feel like you're beautiful, make conscious effort to carry yourself well. Just carry yourself well. Oh, is there someone you admire? Another thing. Let's say there's someone you admire very much. And I'm talking about good admire now, because there's some people that the people they admire, the person they admire are very, very funny people. So I'm talking about the good aspect now. Let's say there's someone you really, really admire. You admire how this person speaks. You admire how this person carries himself. The person might be around you. The person might be a social figure. Maybe someone that you follow online and you hear about the person. Like, I love the way this person carries himself. There's a way when you start following someone, you unconsciously mirror that person. So let's say, oh, Treasure, I admire you. I love the way you dress. I'm always looking at you. Oh, Treasure will always pair blue with black. She'll always pair this with this. And I'll be like, okay, I think I'll be doing the way Treasure is doing. And unconsciously, I'll start mirroring you in the aspect of your dressing. So, the people you follow and the people you look up to matters a lot. They mirror back into your life because you are watching this person and you're seeing how, oh, this person is doing things, how this person talks. For example, let's say you want to help yourself with public speaking and there's just someone you admire and you like the way the person coordinates themselves with their speech, how they articulate their words very well. You keep on watching this person's videos, you keep on listening to this person to the point where you become as sound as that person. There are some people that they will tell you, oh, they've been watching this person, they've been following this person for years, and you'll be surprised because you'll be like, oh, this person speaks, or those that maybe have mentees. There are some people that have mentees that when they are speaking, you'll be like, this person is speaking like speaking like their mentor. So the people one of the things again is the people you put around you. The people you put around you as an individual, not just as a child, even as an adult. The people you put around you matters a lot. The people you work with, the people you have discussion with, the people that you share your values with, it matters a lot. They usually should say something that if, let's say, me and you, we start becoming very close and we start working together like all the time, unconsciously we start speaking of each other. We rub off on each other. Sometimes there are some people that I don't know if you've seen persons like that they are close friends and they're like, why are you sounding like this person? Yeah. So unconsciously, the same thing with both good and bad. That person's identity will unconsciously rub off. So if you're always with the wrong company, it would also affect you as a person. So when you put yourself with the right persons, you ensure that you are under people. Maybe the people that are your mentors or your guardian. They are people that will instruct you well. Unconsciously, you begin to rub off those qualities. There are some people that they've never had issues with public speaking because the people they grew up with pushed them out. The people they watched growing up helped them with speaking well. Yes, helps them with speaking well.
Thank you very much for being here. So, you have all listened to what dear Favour has said, and know that your environment matters, the people that you surround yourself with matters as well. And also, if you want a particular thing, take a conscious effort to build yourself in whatever you want. It could be public speaking, it could be drawing, it could be even in academics. Make sure that you put in the required effort. And yes, she also mentioned something about how you see yourself determines how other persons see you. So the way you carry yourself also has a way of influencing how others see you. And I remember one time, I don't know what I was doing, but then I know how you keep your things, how you use your things is the same way another person will use yourself. So you can liken that to our conversation today. Thank you very much for watching. This is Becoming Talks with Bukola, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.